Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Each profession has its own frame of its professionalism. Legal profession is no exception. But defining legal professionalism varies in substance in different jurisdictions. This is what we will talk about. For many years of practicing law, every one of us may hear professionalism in law, but doesn't actually comprehend inclusion of such a term. Each one has their own definitions and indicators of what constitutes professionalism. Professionalism is an individual responsibility. According to Dictionary of Legal Terms, a professional lawyer is an expert in law pursuing a learned act in service to client and in the spirit of public service, and engaging in these pursuits as a part of a common calling to promote justice and public good. Generally speaking, there is no universal definition or criteria of legal professionalism. It is hard to find one-size-fits-all standard subject to specific jurisdictions and perceptions. Nonetheless, there are some elements of legal professionalism which are generally accepted around the globe. There are elements of professionalism. At least there are 7 elements of legal professionalism that apply to all lawyers. 1. Ethical responsibility. 2. Excellence in service to clients. 3. Independence. 4. Promoting civility and civil relationships. 5. Continuing learning. 6. Responsibilities to the justice system. And the last, 7, an obligation to serve the public interest. Enumerating orders of these elements make no sense. Instead, each has picked up their own order of the elements that fit their perception on professionalism. No matter how far you can pursue your legal career path, you will definitely come across one of these elements. Only few who aspire to stick to these elements will be rewarded and highly respected later when retired. In this observation, the first 2 elements shall be examined in a nutshell because speaking about professionalism may take an essay or a lengthy speech. Like other professions, lawyers are supposed to abide by their own ethical standards. In doing so, lawyers are trained to establish an ethical mindset. Said easier than done. Ethics is not just a specialty in which you need to be good at. Instead, you should be mindful of the ethical standard during the course of law practice on an ongoing basis. In addition, ethical responsibility requires constant nourishment by keeping learning and perfecting your set of legal skills. Lawyers and law firms compete head-to-head for excellence in service to client. Without a doubt, clients determine where lawyers and law firms stand. Excellence is measured by the extent to which a lawyer is specifically expert in the fields of law in which he or she practices, performs the techniques of such practice with skill, efficiency, articulation, and sound independent judgment, take advantage of advance in the field such as technology and emerging issues such as globalization, and is able to creatively utilize each advance. In addition, there's elements as lawyer should come for doing legal profession and legal service. Lawyer has insight into the personal consideration and sensitivities that underlie many legal endeavors. Lawyer commits the time and resources to carry through the matter undertaken. Lawyers identifies issues beyond his or her competence relevant to the matter undertaken, bringing this to the client's attention and helping secure the appropriate assistance. And lawyer is an intellectually, emotionally, and physically capable of performing service. Many more elements are to come when legal profession and legal service markets evolve over years. Keep up with these existing elements and find ways to create more of them to stand out in one's own field, as their legacy is not far from ripe sooner or later. I hope this explanation can give you an idea of professionalism. This is Satya Widharma. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.